What's up, Flipsider? So, I don't know if this is actually going to be a video I put out, or if I'm just going to keep it, or just delete it. I don't even know. But, I find that just talking out loud sometimes helps clear my mind a little bit. I've been having kind of a bizarre night tonight. Um, just for the past, like, couple hours, I've been kind of just in a funky mood, and, I was laying here and thinking about it, and this happens from time to time. Like, I'm usually, um, I don't really have a lot of stresses or worries typically, and I'm not really anxious about things. Just in general, like I don't usually get that way. But every once in a while, I'll find that I just get super anxious and just like nervous and emotional for like no apparent reason. Just totally out of left field a lot of the time. And I really just have to sit down and kind of like think about like what the heck is happening right now. And I was thinking about it tonight, and I really just think that um, just freaking out a little bit about the future and just like what it's gonna be for me. Um, it's a freaky thing to think about. Like, maybe this is brought on because I was talking to my boss earlier today about like what I'm gonna do after I graduate in the spring. And then my grandpa was asking me about that again tonight. Um, and I don't know. Like I don't know what I'm gonna do next, and I mean that kind of freaks me out a little bit. And I want to be at a place one day where I'm able to support a family and not just kind of support it, but really support my families to where we don't have to worry or stress about money, and I'd be able to provide for my kids and my wife the way that I want to. Um, but I don't know how to do that, and I don't even know where to start doing that. I mean, I know I can keep going to school and get a great job that would make great money one day, but that's not what I want to do. Like, I love doing video, and not even just video, I just love entertaining people and making people smile, and I know I can do that wherever I am, but I want to do it through some sort of video or something. I don't know, and above that, my true desire is to just bring people to Christ and to tell people about Jesus. And sometimes that makes me wonder if like having a family is even the right course. But that's dumb, because this is dumb to think about. But it's just a lot of different ways. But um, I know I'm gonna have a family one day. Um, I've no doubt about that. But I want to be able to provide for them, um, as a spiritual leader, obviously first and foremost, but also financially. I want to be able to support them and give them what they want and have them live in a nice house that they can call their home, and not have to worry about getting kicked out of it. Um, but I don't want to be that dad or that husband that's like always working in order to make that happen. Which was, I don't know if I've ever really talked about this. I'm sure I have at some point, but one of my main reasons for wanting to start the video stuff in the first place was to, I have a hair in my mouth, was to one day be able to support myself doing something where I'm the boss and I make my hours, but where I could also work from home, so that I could be with my family, because that's super important to me to be able to do one day, because I don't want to be that dad who is away all the time working, um, to provide, and maybe that means that, you'll be able to provide for your family financially, totally fine, but then you're gonna miss out on, your kids growing up, and I don't even, I'm just being an idiot right now probably, but I mean, I remember my high school years, at least my beginning ones, or maybe middle school even, but my dad was just working so much, um, at the at Toyota, when he was working at Toyota, um, that I remember there was a lot of times where I felt like I hadn't seen my dad in like weeks, because he had to work really long hours, and if he like starts a car sale right when he's about to get off, and then he ends up working for a ton of hours, and he had to work on Sundays a lot, and so it was weird. And that's about the time when my dad and I like started having this rift in our relationship, and um, I just I want to be there all the time for my kids and for my wife, but at the same time, it's like I want to be able to provide financially. I just don't know how to do both of those things. It just seems so unrealistic. Um, I don't know. I mean, I'm just in this weird, funky mood where, and this, like I said, this happens sometimes where I'm perfectly fine, day to day to day to day to day to day, um, just pushing on and knowing that everything's in God's hands, which I still know, but sometimes it just kind of all catches up to you, and like if you're tired or whatever, and you just have this like realization of like I'm an adult now, and I'm still trying to work out like how to pay for school and keep my phone on and pay for the insurance in my car and put gas in my car and put food in my mouth every day, and one day I'm gonna have to make sure that not only I have that, but I'm paying for a house and provide for my wife and my kids too. And so that's just kind of intim intimidating, and it just feels like you're gonna have to give up your your dream of wanting to do what you really want to do vocationally, um, in exchange for fulfilling your dream of having a family. Um, I just wish there was a way to get both, to have your cake and eat it too, but it's kind of stressful when you think about how you're probably gonna have to just go get a job, um, and work it for the rest of your life, instead of doing something that you love. But it's worth, like in my eyes, that's totally worth it. If it does come to that point and I have to do that, I'm 100% okay with that, because I'd much rather provide for my family than do a job that I love. Because I don't even know who my family is yet, and I love them like crazy. And I'd do anything for them. So I'd do that in a heartbeat, but, you know, it's kind of a scary realization to think, like, it's real. That's a real situation that could happen someday. So, I don't know, I've just been it's been weird, like, I'm just kind of feeling anxious about growing up, I suppose, just in general. Like, like, I'm nervous to actually grow up and accept the responsibilities of being an adult. Um, which I don't have to yet. I mean, I still have a year of college here at WNC before I really have to decide on what I'm doing next, but I'd like to have an idea of what I'm going to do before that. But, I mean, like I tell my buddy, I was just been talking to my friend about the same basic idea. Um, just in, like, indecision on where to go next, but I was just telling him, and I know it's true, that as long as, you've got God at the focus of your life and your heart, He's gonna lead you in the right direction. Like, you just need to make sure that your will is aligned with His will, and then you go and you do what feels right and what your desire is to do. But it's easier to say than to actually do sometimes, and sometimes that kind of catches up with you. Like I said, when you're tired or just feeling kind of weird. Um, but yeah, I'm not. I am ready to grow up. I'm ready to be an adult. It's just kind of a freaky notion to think that like as you get older and as you do bring on more responsibilities, the opportunities to do certain things, like doors are going to start shutting at some point, because you're going to have to buckle down and provide. So anyway, I don't even know what I'm trying to say. I just, when the time comes, I want to be the best father and husband that I possibly can be. Like, I want to be the best. Um, and not for like a pride thing, but I just want to be that person for my family that, they can count on always to be there, but to also provide for them. And it just seems kind of daunting, I suppose is the right word. Um, yeah. But anyway, it's kind of nice though because I was not sure why I was upset earlier. Like I was just driving home from my grandparents' house and I had a great time hanging out with them. I really did, but I just had like this feeling in my gut all of a sudden, and I wasn't sure what it was. And so I tried to just go to sleep, but then I realized it's dumb and I should sit up and pray about it, and all this became much more clear as to exactly what was tugging on my heart. Um, so yeah, I don't want to let my family down one day, ever. And I know that's inevitable and it's a stupid thing to say because it's going to happen at some point, but I want to do everything in my power to make it not happen. And I don't want my family ever to have to worry about, rent or, if the car's broken down, we have to wait like a couple paydays before we can fix the car kind of thing. I don't know, I just don't want my family to have to grow up in that. And that may mean having to just get a job someday or do extra schooling. I don't know. And those are two things that I don't want to do, but that I would do in a heartbeat. So it's just, I don't know, it's just weird. I don't even really know how to put it into words. Like, and to some people it may seem like really, like, dumb, but it's like a real anxiety, um, that I don't normally have. Like, it's there in my mind, but it's like, yeah, I know, and I'll figure it out, and, God's got me through all this, so I'm not even going to worry about it. And you can live your life like that your whole life, but every once in a while you're just going to have days where it's just off a little bit. And I don't know, maybe I still, thinking and praying about it, I realize that I still have a little bit of anxiety about being in a relationship again, a little bit. And this isn't a constant thing at all. Like, this hits it's like the second time only I've really felt this way, where it's just like, being in a relationship, man, is awesome. At the same time, you're putting a lot of trust into another person. To do their part, I guess. And I don't know. When you put your heart out there, I mean, there's always a chance for it to get hurt. And just from my past experiences, the past 5 years, 4 years, I don't know. It's a little, every once in a while you just feel like, is this a road I really want to go down again? But of course the answer is yes. So that's dumb. Like, that's one of those things that you can just kind of forget about because it's like, don't be dumb, Jacob. You've got the perfect girl. who's willing to be in a relationship with you right now, don't blow it by being an idiot. I don't know. I just miss her a lot. But I love her like crazy. I always have. And I don't know. I don't even know what I'm freaking out about. I think I'm just... There's a lot of different ways that the future could go, and you know, sometimes when you think about all the different paths you could take or the things that can happen, it's just like, whoa, slow down, spend some time in prayer, regroup, go to bed. And that's what I've got to do right now. So yeah, I started thinking about Catherine. I'm a loser. I am a loser. I just totally lost my train of thought because I was thinking about her. I'm gonna go to bed because I need sleep. I don't know if I'm gonna post it. I'm probably gonna post this because I post everything. My life's not private. What? But I don't know. That's something that I've kind of... It's Spider-Man. Yeah, don't judge me, okay? I have adult blankets somewhere. But it's kind of something that I've just done forever. It's like people watch these videos, and I just want to be transparent with you guys so that you guys can see, like, this is life. And, you know, sometimes it's not just jokes and everything. You gotta really, you know, sit down and think and pray about things. And when you're feeling anxious, it's not good, or feeling like you're in a weird mood, it's not good to just go to sleep or to just walk it off. You know, you really should sit down and take time to really get to the base, to the root of the problem, and figure out why you're feeling this way. Because if you don't, then you're not going to be able to face it and to move forward from it and to put things in action to, you know, quell those fears a little bit. So just my advice, the moral of the story, don't just go to sleep on your frustrations or your weird funky moods. You know, take some time to really think about it and pray about it and figure out exactly what's going on that's making you feel the way that you're feeling. But now that I've done that, I am going to go to bed. If you actually watched this whole video, you're fantastic, and thank you for watching 18 minutes of me babbling on about nothing. And I know as soon as I fall asleep, I'm gonna feel a million times better in the morning. And this helps. It's so cathartic to just talk it out. Yeah, I feel much better now. Anyway, thank you for watching. I hope you all are having a fantastic sleep, which you probably are all sleeping right now. It's midnight or something. What a Friday night, no one's asleep. And more anxiety, I have braces, and I look like an idiot with my braces on. 1 more year. Not even 11 more months! It's not even a full year until I get these off anymore. That's awesome! Oh, that makes me happy. Thanks for watching, guys, and I will see you all on the flip side.